Hey guys, Justin Cooley here, one half of the Platinum Estates team, and with Remax Realtron, just taking the time to answer two questions in regards to my last video blog, which you can click on this link here to see, asked by two categories of people. And the first one is actually by first-time home buyers asking me, when do I believe really is the best time to make a purchase? And the second question asked by those who have already purchased and are currently in the planning stages looking to make an upgrade in the near future, do agree that over the long term, Toronto market prices will continue to rise, but in the short term, 6 months to a year, where do I think we're going to end up? Are interest rates going to go up or down? Or specifically, the question is, are prices going to come down? Should I wait? Now, before I go into my explanation, I just want to say that for those who have already worked with me, know my stance, and that for those who have yet to do so, must understand that I'm not the type of real estate agent who likes to make cookie cutter statements about the market, something that you may have already experienced or are familiar with other real estate agents that you've either spoken to or have worked with in the past, who say such things, I believe, because they're hoping that you will conform to specific categories or will agree with their opinion and hold things as universal truths and act accordingly. Now, what do I mean by a cookie cutter market statement? Something like the spring market is really hot. Now is the best time to sell your property. Or you should buy in the winter because there's less competition and that's when prices tend to go down. Now, for me, I like to determine with my clients specifically what is important to them, and how I do that is by asking questions. So to address what was asked is, when do I think is the best time to buy? The question I would like to ask you is something you should always be asking yourself of when the best time to purchase is, when do you think you're going to be ready to do so? Are you waiting for a specific life-changing event? Are you waiting to propose to your girlfriend? Waiting to get married, have a baby, wait for a promotion? Or are you just saving for a larger down payment because you want to have lower mortgage and carrying costs in the long term? Now, you know how the saying goes, everybody has an opinion, whether it's going to be your best friend or your mother. But the bottom line is that I personally believe, especially when it comes to a decision as important as making your first purchase, nobody has the right to tell you when the best time is going to be. Only you can determine that, and that's going to be when you're ready. And the second question asked of me by those who have already purchased looking to make an upgrade is, what do I think is going to happen in the next 6 months to a year? How I'm going to answer that question is, for those who have bought homes with me, every time they've ever walked into a house, not one has ever asked me what my opinion is. Do I like the home? Do I think it's good? Do I think it's ugly? And the same situation applies here, is because my opinion doesn't matter. Now, the question you should be asking yourself is, where do you think the market is going to be in a year from now? Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? Now, you see, because every time I ask this question, I found that people usually will have two stances. And number one is, where do they feel the market is going to be, or where do they think, or where they hope the market is going to be in a year from now. Now, you see, for those who are hoping, maybe yourself included watching this video, is that in 6 months to a year, maybe the bubble is going to burst and that prices are going to drop 20 to 30% because they'd rather sell their home at less of a price and buy a bigger home at a discount. And that's what I'm hoping for. But on the other hand, there's people who believe and really think that the market is going to go up despite what they're hoping for. So what you need to ask yourself is, what do you think is going to happen in a year? Now, if you're in the position to buy now and you really think that the market is going to start tumbling in 6 months to a year, then I would suggest you wait. Why not? Because if you think that you're really going to get a discount in less than a year's time, and you can wait and put your whole life on hold for that amount of time, then by all means do so. But the second thing is that if you think the market is going to go up into a year, then wouldn't it make sense to purchase now? Otherwise, you're going to be having to buy the same house next year for a higher price, and who would want that? Now, see, I found that people are asking me the right questions, but I just personally feel they're asking the wrong person. You should be asking yourselves. Because, see, I'm not a speculator. I don't work in a stock market. My position is a real estate facilitator. So for those who know and choose to work with Angie and myself, know that the first thing we do is we have a sit-down consultation to determine what's most important with you. And from determining that, we're able to provide a solution that will fulfill your most important needs and then deliver that result. See, and then we're going to deliver that result whenever you want it and whether you think it's going to be the right time. Whether it's today, tomorrow, 6 months, a year, 5, or 10 from now. That's only something that you can decide. Because, see, to put it into another situation is that, let's say you're in love with your girlfriend and you want to propose. Are you going to ask me if you should wait for 2 years? Or how about in the situation of my client who got married last year and is currently living with his wife in a one-bedroom condo, no den, expecting a baby in 6 months? Do I tell him that, hey, the prices are going to start tumbling in 2 years, maybe you should wait for a big discount? Everybody has individual needs and different motivations, and whenever you feel time is going to be right to make a purchase, that's the best time when you're ready to do so. And wherever you think the market is going to be, I think you should make your strategies accordingly, and I'll be able to help you with that. So hopefully that answered some of those questions. Try to keep it as short as I can. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to let me know. See you next time.